Congratulations to baseball's final two, Kansas City Royals, New York Mets in the World Series. Bobby Portis is a Bull now. We talked to him in depth. And we go to Fred Hoiberg. He's the coach of the Bulls. He talks about day one. And then we flash back to Jim Harbaugh when he was playing for the Bears. Check out my website, benkowski.com, for my weekly article and up-to-the-minute trivia sites. It's the 27th year of the Lansing Floral Sports Spotlight. Flowers for every imaginable occasion at Lansing Floral Shop. Call them at 708-474-1212. They deliver. You've got to get to the Cove. Cubs are done, Sox are done. Benkowski trivia, though. Peking, Wednesday, November 4th, 8 p.m. Great people, great game. 1750 East 55th Street. Come out. If you like trivia, you've got to get to the Sock. Alternate Thursdays at 8 p.m. Great food, drink, and people. With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. You've got to get to Dr. Sherman Clay, chiropractor. Gentle adjusting. Most insurance accepted. Massage therapy, too. Walk-ins are welcome. Call 773-324-4325. That's HEAL. Dr. Sherman Clay. Calabria Imports has Italian foods and a great deli. You mention this TV ad, and you get a free Joe tea with a sandwich order. Conveniently located at 1905 West 103rd Street, Calabria Imports has great stuff. Check it out. I do all the time. Since 1967, El Jardín has been serving the finest Mexican food. Before, after, during ball games, located conveniently just 3 blocks south of Wrigley Field, 3335 North Clark. Whether there's a game or not, you still get hungry, and El Jardín has great service, great food, and great drinks. I've enjoyed every meal I've had there, and you will too. So get to El Jardín for great Mexican food at 3335 North Clark Street in Chicago. You'll be glad you did. 773-233-7044. They're doing a great job for me. They'll do a great job for you. Family Dentist, Lawrence Ferlin. Amongst the many challenges facing Coach Fred Hoiberg is the placement of certain players, especially top draft pick Bobby Portis, into the lineup at the right time. We got a chance to catch up with Bobby, who definitely has the attitude of an NBA big man. He made some impact with his early rebounding as soon as he came to the team, and intends to do that and a lot more. He's known for his abilities in the open court, and a tough player to stop, and a guy who's willing to play defense. And he talks about his various physical skills and his attitude in this very interesting start of the season interview. It's a season opener. There's excitement in the air, and want to get a little reading from you about how you're feeling about NBA play. You did quite well in your scrimmages and summer league. I bet you're just about jumping out of your skin to get into this game.
No doubt. I'm just going to go out there and just play as hard as I can every time I'm out there. The only thing I try to embark on is playing hard, so, and try and get this win tonight.
There were some interesting quotes I read from you. Well, certainly reading your statistical line. You came in and you immediately made an impact rebounding, and I know that was a priority for you. Tell our audience a little bit about your rebounding skills.
That's something I've always done well, and I know at an early age, something that I had to really pick up on. In college I went from, averaging 6 rebounds to 9 rebounds, my freshman and sophomore year, and that's something I had to lock into because, rebounding helps the basketball team ultimately. That's the finishing part of defense, so that's something I always, stayed with.
There was another incident I read about. I don't remember the opponent. Maybe you could refresh me. But there was some trash talk in an NBA exhibition, or I believe it was an exhibition, and you used the quote that you were going to show your crazy eyes. Could you elaborate on that? Because I was amused by that quote.
I don't recall saying that. It's just something that I went through and did throughout the game. It's something that I feel like all players go through and that they're going to do.
Yeah. Jimmy reacting to that, I think. But I enjoyed it because, I think that especially for a new player, you have to establish yourself physically because, I think that if you were, and not that this would ever happen to you, but if a person ever backed down, that an opposing player would take advantage. So you have to establish your position.
I'm not a player that's going to back down, though, so I'm not worried about that at all. I'm not a guy that's afraid of anyone. I can go out there and be myself and be a dog. That's what I am. Not scared of no one.
That's the spirit. Tell us a little bit about translating your college game to the NBA game, and in particular the style of that your team is going to play.
It's kind of similar to us college, Coach Fred Hoiberg wants to get up and down the court and play fast, and my college team played fast too. We played the fastest 40 minutes of hell basketball. It's something that Coach A always embarked on from the Noah Richardson era and brought it to this era, my era now. So it's something that we tried to, kind of take a little bit from there and put it in this too, because Coach Fred wants to get up and down and get easy transition buckets and easy sprint into pick and roll, side pick and roll things too, to get easy opportunities to score.
As you go through your NBA life, you'll be learning your own lessons, but who in particular has guided you a little bit and try to give you some shortcuts about what to look for in these early games that has given you good advice?
Taj Gibson. So he's a guy that, he sat out like the first 5 exhibition games, and, he was just kind of teaching me the ropes a little bit, once I came off the bench just to get my shots up, to get myself going. He said off the bench is kind of different than starting because, I'm so used to starting and, being that guy. And he said off the bench is different because you have to come in and get yourself going at a just almost right off. So that's something he told me to do, and that's something I tried to hone into and pick up and also see, just to play hard. If you play hard, everything else just primarily take care of itself.
From your own experience, what's the biggest single difference you've noticed from college ball to NBA ball?
The biggest difference is, just it's more structure-based. There's more terminology-based things than anything. In college, it was more of a freelance. You had to call out certain coverages, but here it's more of a calling out it. And knowing your role. More basically, in college, I do my role too, but in NBA, my role is different. It's something that I have to hone into and really, stick with.
How about maybe the overall talent level too? It would seem, I would think that because you got star players from college teams, like an all-star game every night.
Yeah, kind of, sort of. I like it a lot, because it kind of makes you better in a sense. Playing against better players makes you better, and that's something I want to take home into is, playing against the best players in the world.
With the up-tempo game, conditioning would seem to be a real key. What did you do in the off-season for that, and do you feel you're right in the thick of things conditioning-wise?
I've been in shape ever since I stopped playing college ball. I never got out of shape, but I stayed in shape all the way through because I had to do the draft process. Also, I had to be in shape for the workouts and everything too, and I just kind of dived right into it. So I've been in shape for almost a whole year now.
Have you watched much tape of LeBron, and do you look forward to getting a few minutes in there and trying to slow him down?
No doubt. It's just always competing and trying to make my teammates better and trying to get wins. It's something that we're all trying to do. It's not about playing a certain amount of minutes. It's about us winning and being a collective unit and going out there and shocking the world.
You seem to have a great concept of the team idea. And I wish you well in your career here.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks. You've got to get to Lansing Floral Shop. Open at 8 a.m. daily. Besides a great array of live flowers, they have custom silks, Bridgewater candles. They want you to plan your parties early at a wide delivery area. They're located at 3420 Ridge Road in Lansing, or you can call 708-474-1212. Weddings, funerals, birthdays, anniversaries, and guys, try the No Reason flower. Believe me, it works. Lansing Floral Shop. Give them a call, 708-474-1212. Kim G. Sherman, psychotherapist, Des Plaines Wellness Center. Therapy for individuals, couples, families. Call 847-962-4849. I've known Kim for over 20 years. She is a true professional, and she will help you. Give her a call. Family Dentist, Lawrence Furland, DDS, 109th and Kedzie, crowns, veneers, cleanings, improving your smile. They do a great job. Call 773-233-7044. Excellent work, impeccable. Call the Family Dentist, 773-233-7044. They did a great job for me, and they'll do a great job for you. Nuevo Leon, for the best Mexican cuisine since 1962. Serving every day from 7 a.m. to midnight. Conveniently located 1515 West 18th Street, just a block east of Ashland in Chicago. Of course, they have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and a wide range of menu items. Everything from steak, seafood, to breakfast, to chicken, pork, dine-in, carry-out, tacos, enchiladas, everything you can imagine, and great quality at Nuevo Leon, 1515 West 18th. One of the tests for Fred Hoiberg in the early going will be how he uses his bench. Veterans like Kirk Heinrich, Joakim Noah, Taj Gibson figure to be in the second unit at least early in the year, and then time will tell how it all shakes out. But the substitution pattern will be something to really watch for, because with this up-tempo game, they'll have to substitute more than they did in the past. But defense is critical, because this has been the problem for the Bulls in the preseason, stopping the other guys. They certainly are scoring their points in the up-tempo offense. But what good is it when you're losing 114 to 110? So be watching for this in the early games, and be watching for these guys and see how they blend into the roles. For Heinrich, maybe it's not so different, because he's done this for a while. But people like Joe, that's going to be an adjustment. And I'm anxious to see how, even though he says he can do it, how he'll like it and how he'll perform.
Has the gravity of everything today finally hit you?
Yeah, it's been a long day. I'll say that. You wake up, you get in early, you have your shoot around at 10 o'clock, you get done at 11, and then you try to find something to fill your day. So it's just been watching a lot of film, and actually took about a 15-minute nap, which was great. But yeah, it's different. I mean, at this time last year, my first game was getting ready to play Viterbo College, and President Obama did not come to that one. So yeah, so a little different from that, types of things. But yeah, we're excited. We're excited to get out there and see what our team looks like tonight.
It's nice to have the national stage, so to be able to present what this Bulls team could be.
Yeah, I mean it's game 1 out of 82. That's one thing we got to keep in mind about this game. With Derrick Rose really having 3 practices leading into this first one. I'd love to have him out there for a long extended period, but it's probably not reality. We got to prepare for this marathon that we're about to go through. You look at Taj Gibson, only playing the last couple games of the preseason. So there are a lot of things that you want to throw out there, but again, you got to be careful. You got to be a little bit careful with it, knowing that there's a lot of basketball to be played.
When you're playing, you put your nerves away maybe after your first shot or so. But how do you get rid of the nerves coaching? What happens to get over that hump?
It's funny. It's the exact same as a player. Once you get out there and you go through the national anthem, once that ball goes up in the air, they go away. And you're just out there in the flow. Leading up to the game, as a player, I always had butterflies. Every game I ever played in. It's been the same way as a coach. Walking out there. But once that ball goes up in the air, you try to put your players in the best position possible to succeed. And hopefully we put a good plan together out there. Hopefully we execute it, and hopefully we'll have a chance at the end of the game.
Fred, are you relying on Derek to tell you when he needs to come out, or are you going to go by his body language?
I'm sure there'll be times where Derek will need a blow. He was pretty gassed after about that first 5-minute stint that he had the other day. The great thing coming back after a day off is he didn't miss a rep in practice the next 2 days. So he's prepared himself. Again, he had a great off season, but yeah, nothing compares to that game situation. So we'll probably get him out of there pretty quick to start the game. Get him back in there with the second unit and kind of see how it goes from there. But kind of both ways, I guess, to answer your question. See how he's doing. To start the game. If he's winded, get him out of there. Also, if there's a set time that we're thinking about the rotation, we'll get him out of there as well.
Is Taj going to be under any kind of minutes restriction tonight?
Taj is not under minute restriction, no.
Could you imagine a president showing up for your first?
That was nice of him to come see my debut. Yeah.
That's why he showed up.
Yeah, right.
Any messages from him before the game yet?
No. I think he's got more important things to do.
But how is it different watching LeBron in terms of scouting him to stop him rather than what you've done in the past to player front office?
Well, yeah. I mean, that's what you do. In this position, is you try to find, put a game plan together with all your coaches. Pete Myers is a guy in charge of the scout. He brought a lot of good ideas to it. He's played against him and game planned against him in his time at Golden State. Jim Boylan. This time not only with the Spurs last year, but also at Indiana. So, you just throw a lot of ideas out there and try to put the best game plan possible to make it tough. You're not going to take away everything. If he's hitting contested, tough, long jump shots, it's going to be tough at the end. But, you just try to make life difficult as possible and close out to their shooters and hopefully have a chance.
Fred, when it comes to all of your different options with your big guys, in this early part of the season, do you come in with kind of a preset idea of how you want to use them and when you want to use them, or is it more you're reacting to what the game brings?
Yeah, we sit down and kind of put a plan together as far as how we think the rotation might go. But there's a lot of feel involved with that as well, especially in the second half and more specifically into the fourth quarter as far as who's got it going. Obviously foul trouble will dictate some of that. But, yeah, we do go into it with a plan. But again, you have to be ready to deviate from that depending on how the flow of the game is going.
Have you ever given any thought to using 2 5-man units, just bringing in the second group all at once?
We did think about it, but we just don't think we're quite ready for that right now. Not to say that we won't do that at times this year, but right now, just with the way it's going with different guys in different type of shape because of time missed in the preseason, we're not ready for that right now.
What's going to be Tony Snell's most important job tonight?
I think a big thing for Tony is giving us great energy, going out and defending. He'll probably have a stretch where he's guarding LeBron tonight. Just keep things simple. Look for a shot, be aggressive, and go out there and play his game. You can't go out there and think, and you can't go out there and conserve energy. You just got to go out there and bust your hump. I mean, it's a thing with this group now. You shouldn't have to go out there and pace yourself. We've got enough depth when you're out there for your minutes. You can give it everything you got.
With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. Go play at Red Shoes Billiards, 12009 South Pulaski in Alsip, featuring 16 Brunswick Gold Crown pool tables, drop fluorescent lighting fixtures, and the fabulous Grade of Cloth. Call 708-388-3700. And now video gaming is available at Red Shoes from open till close. And don't forget, the Illinois Lottery, too. That's Red Shoe Billiards, 12009 South Pulaski. You know you should get to the Dirty Sock on alternate Thursdays at 8 p.m. when I do my trivia game. They have great food, great drink, great people at 93rd and Roberts Road. It's a fun place. I've been going there for years. So start coming out on Thursday nights at least. I'll see you at 8 o'clock. We'll have fun. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie does tune-ups, transmission, AC service, engine repair, tire repair, oil changes, and emission system repair. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and they've done a great job for me. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie. You've got to get to Papa Joe's new location, 5900 West 111th Street. Italian beef, tetrazzini, great pizza, parmesan, ravioli, and more. All my classic choices. New location, and they can still deliver into the city. Get to Papa Joe's.
We're back on the spotlight and the dust has settled. Let's take a look at some of the action from the Bears against the Bears. And yes, the defense dominated from start to finish.
Some key people were missing, like Sean Gale, Keith Van Horn, Jay Hilgenberg, William Perry. And you know that Iron Mike had to be concerned about that. You know his new slogan, fit to hit, kick. On just the fourth play from scrimmage, Richard Dent, one of the guys accused of not being in shape, put the defense ahead 2-0 with the sack. His strange scoring system, a little too tough to explain. Wendell Davis up to his old tricks. Here's a guy who led the Bears in receiving last year, kind of picked up where he left off, looking good. Steve McMichael, who got all kinds of accolades, especially from Coach Ditka, made it 5-zip as he busts through. One of 5 defenders to get picks in this game. Then old number 76 made it 7-0 defense with the sack. Hard to believe he's in his 13th year. Tim Ryan, why he's being allowed to wear Dan Hampton's number 99 is a strange thing. I thought that should be retired, but he's got the sack here. Ron Cox trying to stay healthy this season, playing some solid defense on the pass at linebacker. Kevin Butler is on the verge of passing Walter Payton as the Bears' all-time leading scorer. I predict he'll do it October 4th at Minnesota, by the way. No help from the wind as he booms it to the end zone here. Paul Justin was the best quarterback of the day. He's battling for the number 3 job, they say, but he was a tough 11 of 13 with no interceptions. The defense led 8-0 when Darren Lewis, picking up where he left off, that fine Dallas playoff game, gets the only offensive touchdown of the day. He was looking good. Trace Armstrong busted through for the sack, and the defense had tied it 8-8. Will Fuhrer, I hate to see a left-hander struggle, but the fumble here, and Mark Carrier picks it off, takes it back the other way. Jim Thornton here. You hadn't seen him, at least the tight end's not that involved in the offense, but no problem on this one. Brad Muster, looking like the healthy guy of old, some high stepping. This was good. David Tate, though, victimizes Jim Harbaugh with the pick, and another chance killed in the red zone. Last but not least, Will Fuhrer hits the big 265-pound tight end Keith Jennings. What a load to bring down. The final was defense 26, offense 10, and Mike Ditka, as usual, had some thoughts.
There were a couple plays that were wide open. We couldn't get the ball to the guy because there was somebody in the quarterback's face. Hopefully we can work on getting those things straightened out. I mean, I can't blame the quarterbacks for what happened, certainly, but I hate to see the turnovers because I think 2 of the turnovers, you just pull the ball down and take the sack. Well, at least we got a chance to kick a field goal in those situations, and I think that's what we have to learn. You know, every play is not going to be a great play. Every play is not going to be a game winner. But go ahead and take what they give you, and if you don't have it, okay, fine. We'll come back and try to get it on the next play. And I think we're getting better at it, but today we didn't exercise it very well. But you certainly can't blame the quarterbacks in a deal like this. I would find that hard to do.
Thank you, MKD.
I eat on the pasta twice just...
Salerno's Restaurant and Pizzeria at Grand and Racine is the place to go before United Center Pavilion, Bulls, Hawks, Cubs, and Sox too. Dine in or carry out with great family recipes, including homemade pastas, steaks, seafood, a great fun bar area. Meet people. Have a tremendous time at Salerno's Restaurant and Pizzeria, Grand and Racine. You'll find a great variety of foods for you to enjoy at Salerno's. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie is great. Tune-ups, transmissions, AC service, engine repair, tire repair, oil changes. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. They do a great job for me, and they'll do a great job for you. They're quick, and they don't charge an arm and a leg. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair, 108th and Kedzie. Reggie's is a great place with tons of music, interesting people and staff, great food and drink at 21st and State. And amongst the cool things they have, Benkowski Trivia. All shows are now Monday at 6 p.m. Reggie's, 21st and State, a fun place. You better get to Jackie's Hot Dogs, open past midnight 7 days. 2 Polish and fry, $5.69. Gyros plate with big fries, $8.59. Big Baby double cheese, $2.85. Tamales, Italian beef, pizza puff shakes, chicken breast, onion rings, and more at 5415 South Pulaski. They have it all going on at Jackie's Hot Dogs. I highly recommend it. I eat there periodically. I love it. You should try it too.
We're back in the spotlight at Platteville, Wisconsin, and yes, it's true that the defense was quite in charge, as they usually are, even in games against regular NFL opponents. But this one was a rough one for the Bears offense, and Jim Harbaugh had some thoughts about it.
I mean, every pass I threw was pretty much right on the money. I made 2 interceptions, not really happy about that. The first one I got, somebody came free up the middle, and I tried to throw the ball the only place I could to Waddle, and McMichael was right there, so give him credit on that play. And the other one on the goal line, 3rd and 7, trying to force one into Waddle. The original play didn't work, and then Tom was like the third receiver, so I just tried to squeeze it in, and they did a good job closing up that hole. But every other pass I threw was right where I wanted it.
What areas does the offense need to improve in, Jim?
Goal line once again. You know, we misfired down there, so they come up with a little better package. They brought their goal line defense in. We tried to run a running play out of regular personnel. I don't think that was the right idea. And then in the next play, we tried to throw the ball. Somebody came free up the middle.
It's tough without your key horses in there, though. I mean, Van Horn's out, Hilge's out. Maybe the protection wasn't as good as it would be in a regular season game.
Well, I felt poor Troy was going to die right out there in the middle of the field today. I mean, he ran 70-some plays. That's tough to do, and him and Stan both. So get our tackles fresh and everything, but I don't think it was all that great for the offense. You know, obviously we didn't score the points like we should have, so it's kind of disappointing. But when it comes for real against the Saints, hopefully we'll be a little bit better.
When you get into goal line situations in real games, you see yourself doing some audibles before play calling?
Well, there's a couple other things I wanted to do different when we got down there, and I tried to make the suggestion, but Greg had an idea. When they bring their goal line defense in, and we're 7 yards out, I think we got to throw the ball on them. So hopefully we'll continue to do that. We didn't really get that much work on the goal line so far in practice since we've been here. I mean, we only did it really a day, one day and a half since we've been here. So hopefully we'll get a little bit more work on that this week. But that's when we need the work.
Is this still potentially a top 5 offense, like you're speaking of?
Oh yeah, there's no doubt about it. I mean, we just, I think you saw the plays were there. We were hitting them. Once again, we were moving the ball. Every time the first unit was in there, we moved it right up and down the field. The second drive, should have been a touchdown. Jim Thorne's going to make that catch 9 out of 10 times. That would have been a touchdown. So, but once again, would us. But we'll do a better job. I'm not really distraught or disappointed about the way the offense played today, because I think the plays were there. There's some real good things out there. Darren Lewis ran very well. Muster looked good. Receivers made some good catches. Ron Morris, good to see him get it back and just show how valuable he is.
Thanks for watching. See you next week. Huck Finn, a great wide-ranging menu, along with donuts and ice cream. Open 24 hours at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Imprint Graphics, leaders in booklet, perfect bound saddle stitch, very competitive pricing. Call 708-396-1010.